Welcome back tonight. I'm obsessed with speaking up. I'm obsessed with shedding light on a dark campaign that many journalists, myself included, have never fully acknowledged. So I decided to write about it. I'm obsessed with the campaign to destroy the legitimacy of the American news media. Bashing the media for political gain isn't new. And like so much else in the Trump era, Donald Trump didn't start this fire. But he is spreading it to a potentially more dangerous place. Look, the modern campaign against the American press corps has its roots in the Nixon era. Nixon's angry foot soldiers, upset. You went after Nixon, you didn't get the Kennedys or LBJ. And those foot soldiers included Fox News founder Roger Ailes. And he continued Nixon's fight against the media even after he left office. Ailes' sustained assault on the press created the conditions that would allow a president to surround himself with aides who argue for alternative facts and announce that truth isn't true. Without Ailes, a man of Trump's background and character, without that conditioning of the ground on the right, could never have won. Roger Ailes, in some ways, was the godfather of the Trump presidency. Now, I fully acknowledge news organizations and serious journalists make mistakes, and they have some bias issues, but they're different kinds. And when we do, though, we correct the record. I also fully acknowledge we bring our own biases. The questions we ask, the stories we pursue, they're all shaped by things as simple as geography, i.e. where we grew up or where we live. But Roger Ailes didn't sweat the nuance. He exploited it. And he did it for political gain, attacking the liberal media and creating a mythology of a biased press for political means and for a political end. That's not what was going on here. And what did we reporters do in the face of this cable onslaught, this character assassination on an almost nightly basis that led to the election of the most fact-free presidential candidate in American history? Nothing. We did nothing because we were trained to say nothing. Good reporters know that they have to let the chips fall where they may and that criticism comes with the gate. Bring it on. We all know that the loudest squealers are usually the ones we've exposed doing something untoward, and that eventually they'll get their comeuppance. American democracy requires a functioning press that informs voters and creates a shared set of facts. If journalists are going to defend the integrity of their work and the role it plays in a sustaining democracy, we're going to need to start defending our work and fighting back against unfair, ridiculous charges. Every day, we need to do our job, check our facts, strive to be transparent, and say what we're seeing. That's why I'm trying to do here. I've seen a nearly 50-year campaign to delegitimize the media for political means. And I'm going ahead and saying it. Not advocating for a more activist press in the political sense, but simply for a more aggressive one and a more straight-shooting one. It means having a lower tolerance for talking points, a greater willingness to speak in just plain truths. This is happening, I'm telling you. And it means not allowing ourselves to be so spun and not giving guests or sources a platform to spin readers untruths if we know it, even if it angers them. Access isn't journalism's holy grail anymore, and never should have been. Facts are. We'll be right back. Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.